Hi, I'm Lisa Carter, and today I thought we could talk a little bit about bone conditions that might crop up in your horse. A lot of horses have problems with calcifications, with bone spurs. Ring bone is a common one. So typically in the traditional sense of treatments, we don't usually think of there being very good prognoses for these horses. There's just not a lot of traditional treatments that are out there that can actually clear these issues. So we're just left with supporting the symptoms and just helping them through their pain. I want to talk to you about a couple of different essential oils that we can use that can help these conditions. One of them being RC, which may actually help. Are you stretching? It may actually help dissolve bone spurs. I do have a horse here, this is my horse Spirit, that has a condition called Sesamoiditis, where he has calcifications that have grown on his sesamoid bones due to an old injury. So there are things that I'm trying to do to help him because he'll have chronic flare-ups of this. It's been going on for a number of years, and we've done some things like apple cider vinegar and peppermint and things like that to help with the pain and to help shrink these. But I want to do everything I possibly can to help him and to try and eliminate this problem for him. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use RC on his leg, and I'm going to add a couple of other oils to help enhance that, and I wanted to show you how to do that. If you had a horse that had a similar problem, if you have a horse that's got bone spurs in the knee or in the hock, you know, that's a common problem is to have bone spurs in the hock. Or if you have a horse with ring bone, you can try these things. So we're going to use RC, which is a proprietary blend of essential oils from Young Living. And at the end of the video, I'll put up where you can get these oils if you don't know where to get them. I'm going to start off with RC. I'm going to apply these neat, which means I'm not going to dilute them. You can dilute them if you think you have a horse that might be a little bit sensitive, if they have, you know, had issues with, you know, hives or sensitivities in the past. You might want to go ahead and start with a diluted form of this, and I recommend the V6 oil from Young Living. It's a really nice light oil, and you would just put just about a quarter-sized dollop in your hand, and then drop maybe 2 drops, start out with, of the essential oil into your hand, and then just circle it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply these neat though. So I'm just going to put 2 drops, starting with the RC, and I'm going to rub that into my hand, like so. And I'm going to just rub it where he's got his issue. And his issue is right here on this sesamoid bone, right here. And I'm just going to rub that in, and his fur, you would think that this fur would get in the way of the essential oils penetrating, but it really doesn't. Animals, because they have more hair follicles than people do, that helps with the absorption of the oils. But if I wanted to cover a broader area, I could certainly add that to the V6 and get a bigger area covered, or I could even use water. But again, if your horse is sensitive, you may not want to start with water, simply because water acts as a driver and it drives it into the tissues deeper rather than washing it away and diluting it. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about ways to apply it. And then the next oil I'm going to apply is called Idaho Balsam Fir. And this is a really good oil for bone conditions. And I'm just going to, again, 1 or 2 drops is all you need. You don't need much. I'll just rub it into my palm. And this is great for pain, for bone issues. And I'll just rub that in. And then the other one I'm going to add is called Copaiba. And this is a really great oil. It is really good for inflammation. It's a very strong anti-inflammatory. And I'm just going to, again, a couple of drops. And it's also a magnifier, so any oil that you use this with, it will magnify the properties of that oil. So I'm going to put that on top, and that's going to magnify those oils for me. And again, you can give that orally. It's great for horses that have a, digestive, inflammation internally, things like that. So it's a good oil to have on hand. And then the last one is my favorite, is peppermint. And the peppermint is a driver. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's a pain reliever. It has a lot of great properties. And again, you can give it orally, which I've talked about many times before. Your horses love the peppermint. It tastes just like peppermint. And this is a driver oil, and it will drive those oils into the tissues. So you apply that last, and it's got so many benefits. So, even if you didn't have any other oil and you just use the peppermint, it's very beneficial for pain and inflammation. And basically that's it. So if I wanted to also add, it orally, I could do that as well. Maybe start off once a day and then watch them. If they still remain symptomatic, if you're not showing any relief in the symptoms, maybe do it again, midday or in the evening. Obviously, small amounts, multiple times a day is better. So you can also do that. And, I might just let him sniff my hand. If he wanted to lick it off my hand, that's fine too. And he's kind of liking the smell of that peppermint. But, drop it on the feed. However you feel your horse will best handle the oil orally is fine. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. Hope it helps you. Bye.